Hello. How is everyone? I am so glad you're taking the time to join me here today. I am just going to get myself a little bit set up. I want to just tell you a little bit about this cleanse. And I see that Denise is here, and Amanda is here, Tiffany is here, Katie is here, Kay is here. So thank you so much, you guys, for joining. We have the Ayurveda Spring Cleanse starting on April 17th, which is right around the corner. And as I mentioned in my live video last night, I generally have about 40 to 50 people who join me from around the country. So that being said, this is a home-based cleanse. You don't have to be here in my presence to participate with us. It takes place over a 2-week-long period, and the very first week is a preparation week. It means that you will have time to kind of gather your supplies, to start to see what your schedule will look like as we come together and implement a lot of self-care practices as well. So first I'll start off kind of with the procedure of it, and then I'll talk more about, all the good stuff that's involved. So structurally, this cleanse is done in a way that we meet via Zoom. We all meet with each other to begin with. We have a preparatory week. We come back together again. We meet as a group again to talk about the active week. And that active week is more structured in food consumption, more structured in self-care. And then we'll come back together again at the end of that week to prepare for this purge that happens from the body. So there's no exotic foods that are difficult to find. There is no deprivation or starvation or fasting that takes place in this cleanse. I think that when we hear the word cleanse, we might think of something that becomes a challenge, or that it might be difficult, to get through 2 weeks of time. 14 days seems like a long time for a cleanse. But that's why I wanted to take a moment to just talk about the structure of it here. So the registration, those who join us, all join by April 10th or April 11th is the registration deadline. And then that Monday, the following Monday, everyone receives an email to confirm their participation, also to allow them to set their expectations for their cleanse. Again, an Ayurvedic cleanse is not one about, just losing weight or just kind of getting the engines running, but it can be all of those things, as well as maybe just a reset of the soul, a reset of the heart. So I invite everyone to put their intentions together, and you will receive all of the Zoom links, the connections, the days that we're going to meet as a group. It happens every Friday afternoon. That happens at 4 p.m. on Arizona time. And so that transfers, if you wanted to jot this down and have it for your calendar, 4 p.m. Arizona on Fridays would translate as 4 p.m. Pacific time in California, 4 p.m. also here in the southwestern states, and then, 9 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. I'm thinking of all of these other appointments I have going on. It's 4 p.m. in California, 4 p.m. in Arizona, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Chicago and Central Time, and then 7 p.m. on the East Coast. So, and I put all of this into the information that I send out as well. So that happens every Friday night. In the meantime, you also will receive your own plan. If you are brand new to participating in the cleanse, and it means I don't know anything about you or your background. The beauty also of Ayurveda is that not one thing fits all people. So I would be doing a small assessment for you to understand what types of foods, what types of oils, what types of aromatherapy, what types of practices would really be balancing for you as an individual. So not every single person has the same exact plan, although we follow kind of the same structure. So that being said, if you're brand new, I send you a small assessment, a small questionnaire that's going to ask you what your digestion is like, what your emotions are like, if you have any pain happening in certain places in the body, if you have skin ailments that you are, managing, things like that. So after I understand that information, your plan will be tailored to address those things. If someone is already a client of mine, as an Ayurvedic client, I should say, and I understand their background already, and I understand their doshic profile, there's no need for an additional assessment to be done, unless it's been a really long time. I have some clients that have been cleansing here with me for quite a while. This has been going on since 2014. And so, maybe it's time for a fresh assessment to be done. That can happen as well. So my clients have the option to remain and continue to join with, what they've been doing so far. But if they're a client of mine that's joining the cleanse for the first time, I don't have to do an assessment for them unless they wish. Now, the beauty of this cleanse also, which you really won't find anywhere else out there, is that once you join me for this cleanse, you can continue to come back and join the group every single season for only $10. It's really just a very small amount to join in, to get all of the communications and join into the groups and the conference calls and all those things. As well as, we also have a Facebook group page. So in that space, everyone kind of comes there all week. So it's not as if we're only going to meet on Friday nights and then we're not going to see each other anymore. So that's not the case. I have had people become friends with each other simply from doing this cleanse together through Facebook. And then by the time they actually meet each other in person, it's like they've known each other for a long time. It's really, really nice. So part of the group cleanse, my intention anyway, is to build community. And so we have a nice Facebook group where everyone shares their inspirational quotes, or they share the food that they're making that day. It is not that group space where there's any negativity or anything like that. If there was ever a space to be on social media where you knew you could have nothing but positive words, this is the group. This is the place. What else can I tell you? So like the foods, let's talk about the foods. So in active week, right? So we have preparation week and we have active week. Preparation week is, you will already know your supplies and all those things. As I mentioned, we have those 3 gatherings on Zoom. So the Monday, you will get all your information, links for Zoom and all that good stuff. Thursday of that week, you will get your personal plan. And inside that plan, it's going to talk about, why do we cleanse the body? What is the Ayurvedic perspective on why we do this? What are other practices? Journaling, decluttering. It's not just a cleanse in your body. Maybe you cleanse your space, Maybe you burn sage. Maybe you begin to enact some rituals in life that are very much about you taking care of yourself. Inside that plan, we'll also have shopping lists and recipes for the types of foods we'll be eating during the active week. It will also have dinacharya, which is daily routines, which means when you wake up in the morning, Maybe for that first half hour or that first hour of the day, you really take that time to dedicate it to your cleanse and to your self-care. And then evening routines. So inside your plan, it's a very thick, nice, detailed plan on how to do things. I also have links in there that are to my Pinterest pages. So if you're a Pinterest person, you can go follow me on Pinterest. And I have a million different things out there about Ayurvedic cooking. There's a special cleanse board. This year in particular, I have enacted more video. I've been threatening to do this for years, but here I am trying to add more videos to it. So this way, this year in particular, I'm adding also a dedicated YouTube channel, or playlist, I should say, because I have a YouTube channel already. So now I'm going to have a dedicated playlist for cleanse. So in there, it's going to be khichdi recipes, how to make your own ghee, step-by-step process. So instead of just reading those things within your plan, you'll be able to go to the videos and check that out. I also encourage people, in that cleanse group on Facebook to, share what's going on, because sometimes cleansing isn't just about foods or cleansing the body, as I said, but it's, it's emotional, it's spiritual, it's mental, right? Maybe we are going to take this time to kind of step into a new journey. This season in particular, I find is really important. And I say, every season is important for sure. But I truly feel that this particular season is like we are emerging from this hibernation that's been occurring for the last year. And even the reemergence has emotional stuff attached to it, has mental stuff attached to it. Many people have, put on a few pounds because of not having as much activity. And maybe some people come to the cleanse because they want to lose weight. Some people come to this cleanse because they want a nurturing, safe environment of a really beautiful community. Some people come to the cleanse because it encourages them to lighten their space, to lighten their mind, lighten their emotions. So everyone comes for a different reason, right? And that's absolutely okay. Now, is there any fasting taking place? There is, but it's different than what you think. Ayurvedic fasting is different than what we think fasting. We think fasting right away automatically means that we're going to be hungry. So no, this doesn't happen here. We eat all the time when we're hungry. The fasting takes place. The Ayurvedic fasting is that we come into a mono diet, which means that during the active week, it is vegan, right? But it's so delicious. Many people are very surprised that it's a cleanse because breakfast is really good, snacks are there, there's options, for when you have a sweet tooth and you want something sweet. But it is no dairy, no meat, no alcohol, no recreational drugs, no eggs. It's vegetables and khichdi and grains and fruits, and it's so delicious. And we talk about spices and how they work for your body, how spices actually become medicine for you. There's just so many wonderful things. And so this is a reason why I have people who've done this cleanse with me keep coming back every season. I've had a few, many actually, people who, I have many, many people who come back. I see you, Bob. What do you mean, oh, hell no? Come on, this is easy. And I love you back. But no, it's wonderful. So even if weight loss is not your priority for this cleanse, it still does happen because all the toxins that are around us, or get inside the body, and in Ayurveda we call that ama, There's 5 different types of ama. There's undigested food. There's undigested food that has now begun to ferment and cause inflammation in the body. There are EMFs and electromagnetic radiation that we are carrying with us. And there are just substances, like chemical substances from the environment, from the household cleaning products that we use to greenhouse gases. All of these things are stuck in our skin and our hair and our organs. And this type of cleanse really addresses all of those things. Now, if you were to just do a juice cleanse for 3 days, you might not eat very much and you may just do some juicing. It's really not enough. What can happen also is that you release toxins from somewhere in the body, and after 3 days of juice cleansing, you just go back to your regular way of life, and then those toxins just lodge somewhere else in the body. Maybe now they lodge into a different organ. With Ayurveda, we're getting into all the nooks and crannies. So this also means everywhere. We're doing internal oleation, external oleation. We're oiling the body. We're doing abhyanga. We're burning sage. We're taking time to be with our food instead of just eating it down and stuffing it down in a rush in front of the TV or while we're standing up in the kitchen. All these things are not good practices for us. And if we just take time to set aside for 7 days out of, the whole year, we have one in the fall, one in the spring. If it's 14 to 2 weeks or 2 weeks time each time that we actually are just mindful and just really mindfully taking care of our body, it's not a long time to make that commitment, right? So the second week also, there's no strenuous exercise. It's a time of complete rest. So if you are somebody who likes those HIIT, greetings Nancy, hello. If you are that person who likes to do their HIIT classes, or Zumba, or like really strenuous activity, or as a runner, if you run long distances, it's important to know that second week we'll be taking that time to rest. The first week is okay, the preparation week. In fact, I also offer yoga classes. There's additional yoga classes to do with me online. And the first week is all vinyasa, so it's movement, it's detoxification, it's getting all the blood flowing, right? The second week, though, it's all restorative. So it is to rest. So you're eating well, you're resting well, you're doing very nice practices for yourself throughout each day. And I also invite you to kind of think about it this way of you're bringing your life into the cleanse, not the cleanse into your life. It's the other way around. It's like you're in the cleanse, and then you're doing all your things, your work, taking care of kids, and all those things that we normally have to do, but you're doing it inside the cleanse, not the other way around. There's been times people have started the cleanse and then discovered that maybe they didn't allot their time well throughout it, and they've had to stop and come back again the next season. That's totally okay. This cleanse has also brought up, sugar addictions, right? So sugar addiction is something very powerful. And so this is why I offer sweet options, because I'd rather have you have a natural sugar, a natural sweet to have, rather than to throw your cleanse, right? But to get back to the weight loss occurring, right? All of these toxins that are in our body, they're lodged everywhere in organs and joints and skin and everything. But for the most part, it's in the adipose tissue, in the fat tissue in the body. And that's why if we have accumulation occurring of toxicity, it shows right away in lethargy and weight gain. It's like it's clogging up all the channels. And so when we do this detox, it starts to pull all that out. So I do have those who are very thin already, who don't want to lose weight, right? But I say that you may still lose a pound or two that doesn't come back because you've released that toxicity out of your body. Maybe you've been cleansing with me for a long time, and initially there was this big weight loss that occurred during your cleanse, and then over the different seasons, it got smaller and smaller. And that's okay, because that's what you did. You got that initial huge amount of toxicity out of the body. But I have had those who joined this cleanse lose 15 pounds in 2 weeks and never fasted. They couldn't even believe it, because they said, how could this have happened? And it was simply from allowing all that undigested food, all that meat, all that stuff to be released from the body, but also the level of toxicity was released. So I will say a last couple of things, and then I offer, I invite you to start typing some questions in the comment boxes here, the comment chat chain, so I can answer any questions for you. Lastly, though, that this addresses oil-based as well as water-based toxins. I started to say, if you were to do isogenics, or if you were to do some type of water, juice fasting in some way, it doesn't address oil-based toxins in the body, because you can't clean oil with water. We know this. Now, in Ayurveda, oil is a big deal. And there's different types of oil for different people. And when we do this internal oleation and this external oleation, it gets into all the nooks and crannies and gets everything loosened up and gets out of where it's been hiding. And so this is another difference that is so hydrating to the body. Most of us are walking around in a state of deep dehydration, because we think, oh, well, I'm drinking a bunch of water, I couldn't possibly be dehydrated, right? Well, hydration comes in many forms. It's healthy fats, right? So we need healthy fats for good brain function, and all the water in the world does not bring that oiliness, that unctuous quality to the body that we need. And I use the example of, if I gave the Tin Man a gallon of water, what would it have done for him? Nothing, right? He still would have been frozen. So I am going to stop here and invite you to either say, hey, thanks for the information, or maybe put some questions here in the chat chain and let me know if I can answer your questions. We're at 27 minutes. I'd like to keep this about a half an hour, right? So tell me, is there anything that you want to know about this cleanse? In the meantime, if you decide that you would like to register for it, you can go over to my website, sattvicsage.com, and right on the front page of my website is a button that says Event Class and Event Registration. You can go there and you would see the cleanse appear on April 17th. So that's the day that it starts. So that's where you would find it. There's also yoga classes that will be taking place. As I mentioned, vinyasa classes during the first week, restorative classes during the second week. All right. So whoever's just joined, feel free to say hello. Wanda, thank you. Wanda says, there's nothing I want to know, but want to say that this cleanse is the bomb. Tessa, the only day that you're going to need to be close to the bathroom is the very last day. So as I mentioned, there's this purgation, but it is nothing to be worried about. It's like a simple purgation, and it is sensitive enough that you could give it to a child. So I don't want you to be worried about that. So that's the only day. Otherwise, no, you're not going to be rushing to the bathroom all the time. This is, lentils and rice and fruits and things like this. It's really good stuff. But no, it actually really regulates your digestion. You might see that your digestion is better than it's ever been. Denise says the fall cleanse was amazing. I'm so glad that you're going to join us, Denise, for the spring. Be sure to get registered by the 10th. Katie, oh, this would be your first cleanse ever. This is the way to go. This is definitely the way to go. It's so soft and gentle and loving, and it's all around Ayurveda and yoga values, for sure. Okay. So Tessa, you asked because you already have issues. So what happens is, if and there's no TMI when it comes to digestion and Ayurveda. This is what it's all about regulating the way the body processes, okay? And our digestion is the first and foremost indicator of our health and how our body is processing what we're putting into it. So if there's any irregularity, that means that it's slow or that it's fast. And this cleanse will regulate that. So it may actually slow it down a little bit for you. Hello, Amanda. What will we find the spices and essential oils on your website to purchase? Yes, the answer is yes. Not the spices. I will have you purchase spices from the grocery store. And that's just so that it's more of a cost savings for you, because it would actually have to, I don't want to raise those prices of spices because I go to purchase them and then I ship them to you and all of that. So it's much easier for you to get those spices. But when it comes to oils, yes, I have Vata, Pitta oils, I have Kapha body scrubs, I have all different kinds of wonderful soaps. My website has some really lovely things, and probably about 75% of what I offer on my website is all handmade by me. Yes. What else? Anything else? Anything else? Okay, well, if anything else comes up, please feel free to just ask the question. This video here, this live session, is going to be automatically recorded and stored to my Sattvic Sage page under videos. Right? So if you have any other questions that come up, you can come back and type in the question there, or you can go just to the event itself. There's the spring cleanse event, maybe you go over there and RSVP if you want to join us, and then you can type any questions in there and I will be sure to answer all your questions. The deadline is April 10th, and again, what you receive is your full plan, your mini assessment if needed, your recipes, your shopping list, your oils and essential oils, daily practices, links to everything, a dedicated YouTube page with videos on making khichdi and making ghee, all of that good stuff. Okay, so I'm here anytime for you guys. So I thank you. I'm so glad you spent some time with me this morning. I really do appreciate it. And have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday, you guys. Sat Nam.